Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to sit here and announce to you that for the first time since 2020, I believe we have confirmation, okay, or at least 90% confirmation that an altcoin season is occurring in the cryptocurrency market, which is exceptional news, okay? It's an exceptional thing to announce because, obviously, when you see altcoin seasons, that lines up perfectly with the euphoric phase of a parabolic bull market, and that's where you're getting the most returns in your cryptocurrency cycle, basically. So altcoin season, in my opinion, is beginning. All right. I don't think it's 100% confirmed yet. If I really wanted that 100% confirmation, I could wait a little bit longer, but I think it's very much worth discussing, even though it's not 100% confirmed, because I'm giving you the things you need to watch regardless. Okay. But I think it's very likely to be the case that altcoin season is starting now. I think the signs are there. I think everything's lining up quite well. Okay. I'm going to speak about a few of those things now. I'm going to speak about the implications of them and how you should be positioning yourself to take advantage of the situation. Guys, I can't even stress to you how, how important this is. An altcoin season, we just look historically at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Okay, guys? If you don't know what the Bitcoin dominance chart is, first of all, you need to learn, right? Because you've either been sleeping under a rock for some reason, you just haven't learned about this chart. It's one of the most important charts in cryptocurrency, or you're new to crypto. Okay, I'm going to explain it very, very briefly here, but I've spoken about it so much, I'm not going to spend too much time explaining it. Bitcoin dominance chart, what is it? It's a chart that measures the strength of Bitcoin in relation to altcoins. When it goes upwards, it means that more money is in Bitcoin. When it goes downwards, it means that more money is in altcoins, okay? So when this chart is rising, Bitcoin dominance is rising. When this chart is going downwards, Bitcoin dominance is going downwards, okay? So altcoin dominance is rising. So obviously, when you're seeing an altcoin season, that is the same thing as saying this chart is plummeting, okay? And that means that it doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin's going down in price. In fact, Bitcoin's generally going up in price, but it means that people are flooding their money into altcoins. That's when you see altcoins doing 10x, 100x. That's when you see it, okay? Altcoin seasons. And altcoin seasons always happen, as per my explanation before. They always happen in crypto bull markets. 2017, the entirety of the 2017 bull market was a massive altcoin season. The entirety of the 2020, 2021 bull market was a massive altcoin season. And if we are to see a bull market again now, which I believe very strongly that we are going to be seeing, I believe this will be an altcoin season starting pretty much right now, because it makes perfect sense for a few reasons. One reason is because we've just seen our perfect flip of the 57K level. 57K was not only a horizontal level. If we looked at the volume profile very clearly, we can see that 57K, if it loads in here, was a horizontal support zone. We could, of massive buying just below our price range. It was also where the bull market support band was sitting. It was also where the price cycle center lines were sitting. It was also where a 13-year-long ascending support line was sitting on Bitcoin. We're not going to bring that up now. That's something we've discussed many, many times. The point is, the 57K bottom was a perfect bottom, okay? And given the fact that we saw the 57K bottom, which is our last correction, okay, before this run is to begin, historically speaking, and we know that through structural trends, which I'll bring up later in this video, such as this chart here, the fact of the matter is, this was to be the last correction, the last significant correction before the bull market parabolic was to begin, right? Around the all-time high region. It always happens here. And Bitcoin dominance always starts, breaking downwards around the all-time high region after the halving, okay? And after the Bitcoin all-time high breakout, as I said. So again, there's two distinctive characteristics there of when altcoin seasons start to begin. And we've got circles to indicate them, okay? So color-coded text and circles. You can see the yellow circle is the halving, the blue circle is the Bitcoin breaking all-time highs, okay? So historically, we've always seen Bitcoin dominance start to drop after both those events have occurred. Both of those events have occurred now. We had the halving very recently. We had Bitcoin dominance break. We had Bitcoin breaking all-time highs in March or February. So now we've had both those triggers, and we've got very good indications. Not just from these speculative, this is what happened last time, but also from the actual price charts as well. So if we're going to go ahead and just be very clear here, let's delete our circles. Let's just delete everything that isn't necessary. What do we have here on a structural basis? Okay, very clearly. Bitcoin dominance broke above this yellow descending resistance line. It led to a break upwards, but we rejected very swiftly from a nearest resistance zone. We had a white support line that was stemming back here from November 2022, which was the Bitcoin bottom, very important. And we've broken down from that line just about this week, okay? On top of that, we have a very, very long-term ascending RSI support line from May 2021, which was the first peak in 2021. That line has been breaking down on this current weekly candle as well. And in the prior 2 cycles, the support line of the RSI, which is a structural thing, it forms every cycle. That line breaking down is the thing that leads to the altcoin season. So we've just got structural patterns left and right breaking, which are indicating altcoin season's beginning, not only on the Bitcoin dominance chart, but also on the Ethereum BTC chart. So this is a chart that measures the strength of Ethereum in relation to Bitcoin. So obviously when this chart is going upwards, it means that Ethereum is getting stronger in relation to Bitcoin, which is a great sign for altcoins in general. And as you can see, we have this long-term descending channel formation that started forming in August 2022, and that is breaking to the upside right now. And the same can be said about its weekly chart RSI line, currently testing resistance, but looking to break upwards. And that's been forming since May 2021, which again was the first peak in 2021. I'm rattling off information. I'm going to keep doing it here. We're going to come to a conclusion. Again, total 3 cryptocurrency market cap, very, very important chart. It's a structural chart on Bitcoin. Here's what I meant when I said that the correction we just saw was the last move before the parabolic stage, the last move downwards before the parabolic stage. We have a 5-step structural pattern here on the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart. What is this chart? This chart is a chart that measures the entirety of the dollar valuation of cryptocurrency minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So altcoin valuation chart, essentially. So every single dollar in altcoins is measured here. It's currently sitting at 600 billion, okay, which means 600 billion US dollars are in altcoins, okay? And you can see we had a very distinctive pattern in the last cycle. Step 1 here, which was the bottom. Step 2, which is the first peak. Step 3, consolidation. Step 4, the final consolidation and testing bull market support band before breaching all-time highs. There's the bull market support band retest. We're on the logarithmic chart. Let's bring it back to this chart here. We can see it. Let's actually pin this to the A scale, and we can see very clearly we tested that bull market support band before the blast off, okay? Exact same pattern happening this time. Let's bring it back to the basics here without all these muddled up linear and logarithmic lines. You can see 5-step pattern playing out perfectly again in the exact same way it played out in the last cycle. We were currently, for the last couple of months, we were on step 4, which is the final step, the final correction. We retested the bull market support band, and now we should be skyrocketing to a parabolic phase where we breach all-time highs in this chart. We can see if we overlay the Bitcoin dominance chart onto this total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart, the Bitcoin dominance chart started dropping at the end of stage 4, okay? You can see Bitcoin dominance there in orange started dropping, which means altcoin season began at the end of stage 4. Guys, we are at the end of stage 4, okay? So I know I've been rattling off information. It might be hard to track this video. I apologize for that. But at on a structural basis, on a cyclical basis, even on a short-term basis, you look at Bitcoin daily chart right now. You look at how Bitcoin has done since its bottom at 57K. How high has Bitcoin gone upwards? Bitcoin's risen basically 27%, okay? Ethereum, okay, since the same period of time, has risen 38%, okay? So it's outperforming Bitcoin by around 50%, okay? 50% overperformance in relation to Bitcoin. Even in the last 3 days, though, Ethereum's managed to hold quite tight on a support zone. And in the last 3 candles, we've seen strong upwards candles. Bitcoin in the last 3 candles has seen, 2 greens and a red, okay? And it hasn't held any support zones at all. In fact, it broke down from a support zone recently, and now it's been testing 67K. So even in recent time, on the daily chart, Ethereum's been outperforming Bitcoin. But more importantly, these structural patterns, such as this structural pattern right here, very clearly indicating that we are on. We're exiting the last correction, the last step before the parabolic phase. And the last time we did that, the last time we were at this stage of the cycle is when Bitcoin dominance started dropping. We've got this in accumulation or in conjunction with Bitcoin dominance actually breaking down from long-term support lines on both the price chart and the RSI, in conjunction with Ethereum BTC threatening to break out of channel formations and RSI lines as well, in conjunction with the short-term charts very clearly indicating that Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin just in the last couple of weeks here. I think that if we're talking cyclically, if we're going to see a regular bull market here, and by regular bull market, I'm not talking about 4-year cycle, I'm talking about how structural patterns emerge. What happens structurally in bull markets and bear markets, right? What happens with money flowing into cryptocurrency? Does it go into Bitcoin? Does it go into altcoins? Where does it go? And that's never been changed, right? If we're talking from that perspective, we should see the start of the altcoin season here, okay? And I think we are gathering evidence at this point in time. I wouldn't say it's fully confirmed yet, but at this point in time, it's looking very likely that the next couple of months we'll start to see that Bitcoin dominance chart really start to plummet in a similar fashion to what we saw here in 2020 and 2021 and here in 2017. Okay, so I think the Bitcoin dominance is beginning to drop. I think altcoin season is starting. If we're looking historically, if we want some further implications of this, okay, we're looking historically. Generally speaking, we've seen about 140 days. We can say 300 days realistically. We could say 140. We'll speak about that in another video, but let's just keep it simple here. It's taken around 300 days from the start of Bitcoin dominance dropping for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to see its high, okay, to see its topping out. Okay, that happened in 2017, 2018. It also happened in 2021. Again, 300 days from Bitcoin dominance starting to drop to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency topping out. If we're going to see that happen again, Bitcoin dominance topped out over here in April, okay? 300 days from April takes us to around February next year, okay? So based on that very brief analysis, which is, not very strong, but it is worth looking at just on an observational level, we could actually see cryptocurrency topping out this bull market in around February next year. We discussed that quite extensively a couple of videos ago, how it's a possibility. It's not a prediction at all. I'm not predicting that. I don't think there's enough evidence to predict something like that at this point, but it is an observation, and it does seem pretty plausible. Okay, so right now, just to summarize the video, what is happening? Bitcoin dominance is probably, but likely beginning to drop, okay? And that means that altcoin season is beginning. That means that you should already have your portfolios heavily weighted in altcoins. If you haven't already done that, you might want to consider start doing that. This is not financial advice. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But if you agree with me, okay, that Bitcoin dominance is dropping, it only makes sense to position your portfolios in a way that is reflective of that, okay? So me personally, I'm still currently around 50% in Bitcoin. I am disposing of that Bitcoin incrementally. As I get more evidence that this is the case, I aim to have no Bitcoin by the time the altcoin season is in full swing. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't confuse you with this video. I understand that I kind of rattled out information quite a lot at times, and that might have been confusing for some newer listeners. I apologize for that, but I think the conclusions are really quite clear. So thanks for watching. Guys, check out the Bitunix exchange. It's global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world. It literally takes 15 seconds to do so. And if you sign up with my referral link down below, not only will you get a 15% trading fee discount, you will also get access to $5,000 in rewards in the reward center by completing various tasks. The same can be said about BingX and BitGet. Go ahead and take your pick down below. I've got 3 exchanges for you. My links give you the same rewards and the same bonuses there. So take your pick. Guys, we have the VIP group on Telegram. We trade altcoins 4 to 5 times a week on VIP. All right, so we've got a 77.51% win rate over the last 18 months of trading, which is a very, very good win rate. And you get access to a group chat as well. So if you want to take your trading to the next level, you can kind of do that there on VIP. Get those insights, get those signals, and utilize them, and utilize that group chat as well. That group chat is very underrated. So check that out. And then finally, guys, we've got the Crypto Academy, the Become a Trader bull market sale for a limited time here. We've got a discounted price on this course to celebrate the bull market that is currently ongoing. If you want to learn how to trade, that's where you can do it. Go ahead and check it out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you soon.